We're really excited to have Field59 here today because if you've been to 1 Million Cups before, you've probably seen them in the back filming, and now you're going to get a chance to hear more about what they do, and we are really grateful for their sponsorship, so thank you for being here to present today. We're also really grateful for the Wisconsin Technology Council. They've sponsored coffee for the month of September, so all the goodness that you're getting over here is thanks to them. And I will have Maurice Cheeks come up in a moment to talk a little bit about what they're doing. I know we've got the early stage symposium coming up, and they're looking for presenters, and you'll be able to fill people in on that. For those of you, if this is your first time at 1 Million Cups, we're going to hear Field59 present. We're going to give you guys, as the audience, a chance to ask whatever questions you have. And then afterwards, Derek will stick, and the rest of the team will be around for a few extra minutes if you have additional questions that you would like to ask. So we're going to do some quick introductions. And then when it gets to you, Maurice, will you share with the audience a little bit about what the Wisconsin Technology Council is doing? Okay, I'm Rachel Neal. I'm one of the organizers of 1 Million Cups. I also work at Nordic Consulting.
I'm Megan O'Rear. I also work at Nordic Consulting, and I'm one of the organizers of 1 Million Cups.
I'm Drew Corson. I'm an attorney at Knighter & Boucher.
Steve Claude, co-founder of 32 Auctions, which is a platform for hosting and managing silent auctions.
Josh Herritz, and I work at Miosoft.
Amanda Schwegler. I work with Earthling Interactive, a local web application development company.
My name is Maurice Cheeks. I'm the director of the Wisconsin Innovation Network. I'm part of the Wisconsin Technology Council. We're excited to sponsor 1 Million Cups through this month. You know, one of the things that we really want to make sure is on people's radar is the early stage symposium. That's going to be coming up November 4th and 5th at the Monona Terrace, and we see it as a natural evolution of folks that are pitching at 1 Million Cups really should be looking for opportunities to get in front of the type of crowds that we're generating for the early stage symposium. So we'll have 500 or some people at the early stage symposium, including several dozen investors. So if you know early entrepreneurs, or if you care about Wisconsin's entrepreneur scene, mark your calendars for November 4th and 5th, early stage symposium. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Catherine Garcia, VP Marketing of Field59 Video Solutions, and I'm also a 100 State member. We have our offices over at 100 State, so if you guys want to stop by, that'd be great.
Hi, I'm Tana Elias. I'm Marketing Manager for Madison Public Library. We're happy to have you here.
Hi, I'm Wes Garnett. I am co-founder of Kirby. We're making the world more inclusive for people living with chronic conditions like MS and rheumatoid arthritis, as well as chronic pain. We are building an application that helps them to find things to do that are safe and appropriate.
Hello, I'm Sarah Garnett, and I'm a Convention Sales Manager with the Greater Madison Convention and Visitors Bureau. Particularly, one of my markets is the high-tech market, so excited to see what's going on here.
Hi, I'm Laurel White. I'm the tech reporter at the Cap Times.
Hi, I'm Dan Anderson. I work for Baker Tilly. It's an accounting firm.
I'm Kate Moran. In my spare time, I work with the nonprofit Disability Pride.
Who else needs to? Oh, hi.
I don't know if it's working. I'm Eileen Good. I'm an independent biotech tech recruiter.
And then I have one last announcement before I turn things over to Derek. We're also going to be doing a joint 1 Million Cups Capital Entrepreneurs this month. It's going to be really exciting. There's going to be food. We're going to have some great people speaking, so I'd encourage you to come out. If you're not signed up for our newsletter, go to our website. It's a great way to understand who's going to be presenting each week and what's going on. I'll be posting to social media as well, so you can check out our website and our Facebook pages too. But that should be September 23rd. I'm going to go close.
Okay. So thank you, Rachel, and thanks, Megan, for having me here, and thank you to everybody who is organizing 1 Million Cups. And Yeah, Field59 is really honored and proud to be able to be part of this. We've done this now since, was it April, I think? Something like that. And so I've got to see countless other people do this, and I've been able to make notes on what to do and what not to do. So it's been a great learning experience, and it took me this long to finally say, yeah, I should be doing that too. So I'm really happy to be doing this today. So I'd like to talk to you about Field59 Video Solutions. So we're a SaaS enterprise video management company, and so we provide services to companies that are in the media space. So that would be broadcasters and newspapers, and we also provide services to corporations and training and learning organizations. So with that, I'd like to get going on talking about video content. And the thing that really strikes me is that today there's so much video content being created, and a lot of that gets locked up. And so the really curious thing and important thing for our company to remember is that one of our goals is to help unlock that content. And what I mean by locking up content, there are a lot of services out there right now that once you upload the video, let's say it's Facebook, it's really hard to get video back out and use it for other things. So one of our goals at Field59 is to help unlock that content. And I'd like to take just a second to talk about YouTube. So YouTube is great. It's a great content syndication channel. But it's not a content management system, and especially not geared for people that value their video content. What they're doing is they're building their brand on the backs of your video content. And so when we're talking to our customers, it's really important to highlight this because it's their content that matters, not YouTube's content. So if they value their content and they value the possibilities of their content, YouTube is great to get the word out. It's great to get noticed, but that shouldn't be where you start and stop. There's a lot more to it. And one of the other things is that if you're serious about your video content and you've got an important event, you don't want this to happen. I was actually looking just the other day on YouTube's website to learn something about their API because I wanted to know what's their API all about, and I got this. And it's the most unhelpful 404 message I've ever got. But the key thing is, if I was a video producer and I wanted to do a live event like today, and suddenly I got this, I wouldn't know who to call. I wouldn't have a real person to talk to. I would have no email address. I'd have no recourse to be able to get my content on the air immediately. So while YouTube is great and it's free, it's definitely got some drawbacks. And that's where Field59 comes in. So Field59 is the impartial third party, if you'd like to think about it, as a centralized video digital hub for your video content. And it's an answer to what YouTube is doing, YouTube, Vimeo. There's a lot of these platforms out there that provide free services for your content, but it's at a price. It's in exchange for giving up your freedom. So what we're doing at Field59 is providing what I like to call the digital video hub. And I'd like to think of what we do as a hub. And some of the spokes on the left side are digital sources coming in. That could be coming off of a camera, like we're watching right now. It could be coming off of your desktop, Dropbox, other file servers, wherever, you name it. And then on the other side are going to be your destinations. These are going to be the places that your video is going. It's going to go out to your mobile app, or it's going to go out to a desktop website. It could go out to your Roku app or Kindle Fire, or it could actually be syndicated out to other people's websites. You need to be able to connect these sources with these destinations. And that's what Field59 is doing with our digital video hub. It's the centralized management system that allows you to connect all the dots. And the other thing that really is important about this hub is that it's not based on YouTube, it's not based on Vimeo, because the thing is, there's going to be another service that comes out. Who knows what it's going to be invented, who knows what it's going to be called. It could be a new Periscope or a new Meerkat. We don't know what it's going to be, and you don't know what it's going to be. And so the thing is, by having it in a platform like Field59's digital video platform, what you're going to end up is you're future-proofing, and I'll talk about that later, but you're future-proofing your video strategy. So there are multiple sources, but what we're doing is we're centrally managing it, and that's really the key here, is that it's a cloud-based system, and it's going to allow for you to be able to look at all of your assets coming in and manage all your assets going out. And from a high level, this is what it looks like. Not very pretty. I don't really like flowcharts like this, but I had to make one once for a presentation I gave. And it's an abstraction of what the complexity is that's going on behind the scenes. You don't actually have to get into the details here because that's not important. But what I'm trying to show you, though, is that there are source videos coming in and formatted videos going out. It's really important because stuff coming off your camera is not going to work immediately out in an app. You actually have to process it and do something to it to actually give it some extra data, give it some meaning, give it captions, who knows what. This is a much better way of looking at this. So this is our user interface. So this is abstracting all of that complexity away, and it's a very simplistic interface that allows you to easily see your data coming in. So this is a screenshot of some of our video coming in at that moment, and you can see that there's weather videos from some of our broadcasters. There's some sort of cooking show going on. You can take a real quick glance of what's coming in and what's also coming out. This is a screenshot of how we curate content. So our users can go in and find the videos that they want and make playlists out of them so that they can actually tell stories. And this is really important. It's not just video in, video out. It's video in, do something with it, and tell a story, and then push it out. And then lastly, this is a screenshot of our scheduling system. So if you have multiple live feeds all going on at the same time, like this customer is, this is KCRG in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and they're a customer of ours, and they have multiple live feeds going on all at the same time, and not just at the same time, but throughout the day. So they have live video going on all day long, and they're awesome, and we built this interface to be able to manage it and make some sense out of it, because otherwise it was going to be just, they were streaming all day long. Their users didn't know what was coming up next, and they had no way of managing it. So our customers are awesome, and this is a very high-level overview of some of the customers we work with. And we take a very customer-centric approach at Field59. Our customers that we work with are considered partners, and they bring new things to the table every single day. And so when we get a challenge, we're like, okay, well, how do we do this? What can we do? How can we turn this into a solution that we can repeat? And so I'm going to highlight some of our case studies of some of the customers we work with. So we've just started within the last few months working with Exact Sciences. And we don't have screenshots from this, but what we have here, I've got a screenshot of a product that we built that looks like what we use for Exact Sciences. And what Exact Sciences is doing is communicating to their staff on a global level. And they came to us for assistance in communicating to their staff. And so what we've done then is we stepped up to the challenge. We didn't have anything exactly out of the box, but we took their requirements and said, we actually think that we can do something with this. So what did we do? We built a login system so that everybody could log in. It's a protected private stream. You can actually see the stream window down in the left-hand corner there. And then we also were able to put the PowerPoint presentation that was being discussed. And then below that, which is not on the screenshot, is a chat window for employees to ask questions. This is a model for future corporate communications that we really think is something that we'd like to see grow within our company. We also work with a company called TH Online. It's a newspaper down in Dubuque, Iowa. And this is an awesome quote that they gave us the other day, and it just stands testament to the kind of support we give our customers. The level of support we've been getting from you this week has been top-notch. We really appreciate the fast response times and creative solutions you're bringing to the table, and that's from Matt Connolly. And Matt leads up their interactive media division. And we work with TH Online to provide live streams of their sports coverage, their local high school sports. In that area, that's what people want to watch. What they've done is created a live streaming channel for their newspaper readers and their newspaper viewers to actually watch as if it was television. And it's had a great response, and we were able to help them out with that. And lastly, I'd like to talk about WSGNA. So WSGNA is a nurses association that does live training for their association. So what they do is they'll bring in a speaker, talk about a particular subject. The subject then allows their nurses to get points, credits for watching the stream. They log in, they watch the stream, and if they miss the stream, they come back and watch it again. And WSGNA has been a great partner with us, and we've really appreciated learning from them. And they had some great things to say about us, too. Thank you for your partnership and bringing WSGNA to the forefront in educational modalities and bringing professional development opportunities to the learner. This is something that they weren't doing before. They used to have everybody come in person from across the state and try to get all in one room and learn about this stuff. But now they can actually tune in from home, and it cuts down on cost of travel. Nurses are incredibly busy, so they don't have to take as much time out of their schedule to get here and learn something. It's been a great experience working with WSGNA. So future-proof your video content channels. That's what I'm talking about a little earlier. And specifically, this is about TV everywhere. So there are so many different devices being created and retired at an amazing rate. And so what we're doing here is once you have your video content on our platform, what you're doing is you're future-proofing it. You're allowing it to the next device, the next big video format that comes out, the next, I don't know, who knows what it's going to be, Apple TV 3 or whatever the next version is. That is going to allow you to get out to the markets that you want. And you don't have to go and reinvent the wheel every single time. So what we're talking about is TV everywhere, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, Kindle Fire. We've got some things that we're doing that are really cool specifically in this area that allow you, it's called live linear content, and it allows you to take your previously recorded video content, stitch it together to tell a story, and then schedule it as if it was a live stream, and then it shows up on these devices as if it was a live show. People really like to be able to watch long-form content. They really want to be able to watch multiple shows in a row. They don't want to have to click, click, click every 3 minutes to watch another video. It's actually really a great viewing experience, especially on your television, to be able to watch strings of content, half hour, hours at a time. So our partners that we're working with at Field59, we have a couple cool partners that I want to highlight. We have a hosting partner called Town News. And Town News, for everybody here in Madison, they power Madison.com. And they're a content management hosting platform based down in Moline, Illinois, and they have a couple thousand websites that they work with. And so our partnership with them has been great because what they're bringing to the table is years of experience and stability, and what we're bringing to the table is an ever-changing, fast, rapidly updating world of video content. And together, we want to help their customers get online with their video content faster. TH Media is one of their customers. Our TV Everywhere partner is Culkin's Media, and they are building apps for OTT, over-the-top devices, Roku, Kindle Fire, Apple TV, and we're working with them so that our video platform is powering their apps that are going out there to the general world. So they need a video engine to be powering their apps, and so we've thought that would actually make a great partnership to work together. And lastly, in the production world, we've been working with Hinckley Productions here in Madison, and what they represent is the live events side of things, and that as we've been doing more live events, we've realized that having somebody that can do a multi-camera production that is getting the types of inbound requests that live events that are coming in, that's the kind of thing that we know that we can help with. We're not a production company, even though we'll do things like A Million Cups. What they bring experience to the table in the world of production, multi-camera production for live events. So sometimes a video library is not enough, and what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes you actually have to have other tools, and so I just wanted to highlight really quick some of the other tools we work with. In our broadcast world, we provide near live editing tools. So what that means is a broadcaster plugs into our system, and they get piece of hardware with our software on it, and it allows them to edit as their video is coming through. This software is in partnership with another partner company called Foreseen. And what they do here is you're able to clip videos as they're coming in real time, and then as they get clipped out, they get put into the system and immediately show up in our management interface, which then will immediately get put out onto their website through a smart playlist, so that we're speeding up the time of publishing, which is really important in the broadcast world. And then we do things for our community. So 1 Million Cups at Madison is one of those communities that we like to participate in. And we've done other events with Ford Fest and with Startup Grind. And it's just been great to be able to learn and to give back. And it's one of those things that makes it really rewarding to be able to do this, because it's kind of outside the normal world of what we do. It's great to meet real people, and then you get to do something like this. So that was me just a few seconds ago talking about our live editing system here. So this is actually coming out of the camera. We love doing this. This is so much fun to be able to see results immediately in the real world. And this is the kind of thing that the more we do, the more we learn. And we just want to say thanks for the opportunity for that. So I'll jump back to the presentation here. But that's what I'm talking about with our community involvement. And the more we can do, the more we can learn, and the better off we'll be. And just briefly, I wanted to talk about our team. We have a team of 9, plus we work with some people who aren't full-time, like Pavel is one of them. But we've got Catherine, who's our VP of Marketing. There's Mike, Heather, there's Zach, Jessica, Jack, Russell, and Nate. And a lot of us have worked together for multiple years, throughout the years. Some of us have been working together 8, 9 years. So what we've got is a great team that knows the ins and outs of video, broadcast, web apps, web production. And what that allows us to do is not make some of the rookie mistakes that some other more fresh teams seem to make. So we're working really hard to learn and to grow, and we really are very happy to be part of Field 59. So I just want to wrap up with reminding you to free your content from restrictions. Say no to YouTube. It's okay, but in the end, you're going to be better off controlling your own content. And my name is Derek, and thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you to Field 59 for presenting. We have a few minutes for some questions, so if you have a question, just raise your hand and I'll bring you the mic.
Cool. So when did you start, and what was the first steps you took to begin to build out your solution? Because there's a lot of software there.
Yeah, so we started building out the entire thing started off with the hardware actually at a different company. And we built a solution around that hardware because we realized the hardware was really only one little link in a bigger chain that we wanted to be able to solve problems for. So it started with hardware. Then we built just a really simple video upload interface. And once we got that working, we're like, actually, we can tie this together better. And we wanted to actually build a product. At the time, it was just a couple elements that were loosely connected. And by building a product, we had been in the service industry, so we had actually serviced a lot of websites and built things ad hoc, and there's a lot of support involved. And we really felt like it was important to be able to make product-based decisions that were forward-thinking as opposed to reactive decisions based on whatever was going on at the time. So that all got together. That's probably started in right around 2008. And that slowly built up over time. In 2014 is when we had an opportunity to acquire all that technology we had just built and create a new company with that technology, and that's where Field 59 came from. So those are the steps to that. But it really all started with just like one server, basically. I hope is that pretty good? Okay.
Derek, how does this compare to Sonic Foundry's media site?
Okay, yeah. So it's what Sonic Foundry is doing with MediaSite is there are similar elements to what we're doing with them in the world of corporate and live training. Those elements are shared to some respect. They're more hardware-based in that respect. So they have MediaSite as something that you install somewhere. We don't really install we don't install hardware. We have some hardware that we install at TV stations, but for live training, it's mostly based on what you see here, which is you've got a camera, you've got an internet connection, and you're actually pushing it up to our cloud services. And that's where the recording and all of the interactivity is coming from. And through some of our experiences with broadcasters, we've been able to leverage a global network so that our content can be viewed anywhere at any time. And I'm not sure about what Sonic Foundry can handle, but we can handle several hundred thousand viewers at any one time watching our streams. And so we've got a content delivery network that helps leverage those video signals. It's more of a global presence. I'm not sure. Sonic Foundry is probably a bit more scaled down for smaller events and educational. They've got the educational space locked up. And what we're trying to do is we're providing a different level of service.
What did you do for a roller derby? Yeah, I saw that up there.
Sure, yeah. The roller derby, that was the Roller Derby World Cup. And that was down in Dallas, Texas. And that, again, that was a global presence. We were streaming with our partner Hinckley Productions. They went down to Dallas. They had like 12 camera people. We had 4 different streams. We had 3 streams per day for like 4 days or something like that. And we had people from around the world watching these streams. It was awesome looking on social media, and you'd see somebody in New Zealand watching this thing. You're like, New Zealand, that's amazing. We're sending video across the world. It was just, it was great. It was very rewarding to do something like that.
What size companies are your target, and what's the pricing model?
Sure. Our size companies are going to be small to mid-sized companies right now. So for our media type companies, we're typically looking for companies that have anywhere from 5 to 10 newspapers, maybe 5 to 10 different media sites. So it could be newspapers and a combination of TV stations where they're looking for a unified solution that can address all of their properties at the same time, that allows all of them to kind of log in and share their content in a central location. That's also a key point that I didn't really get into much, but that way, content produced at TV station 1 can share it with TV station number 2, and they could be across the United States, but they still get to leverage the same content. For companies that are doing corporate training, then we're looking for a company that's probably growing, that's somewhere in the 200 employee size, where they've grown bigger than what can be handled through Google Chat or through something like Skype. They want something that's a little bit more effective in communicating, that they can be able to see and hear. And pricing model is, we've got several models, but for typically we'll do a yearly license, 1 year to 2 years. When we're working with media companies, it'll be 2 to 3 year licensing deals, and there'll be usually a baked-in fee where we'll estimate based on their usage how much traffic they have coming into their system. We'll have a base fee, and then we'll work in what bandwidth is on top of that, and then we lock it in, and that gives them a consistent pricing. If they have some great traffic coming in and they have a high traffic event, there's additional pricing that kicks in. But since we've hooked into ad networks, they should be also running ads on that type of content that allows them to offset the cost of something like that.
We have time for one more quick question.
Hey, thank you. Great job. How do you How do you position Field59 within the sort of continuum of how people can be using video within their company? So if you're talking to an organization that's relatively sophisticated and totally buys into video, they've got a YouTube and Vimeo channel, and they sometimes post social videos to Instagram or wherever, and they even are really attracted to live and have gotten on board with like Periscope or something like that. It's evident to me that this is a different solution than all those others, but how do you articulate the difference? How do you explain how this makes sense with a company that really gets video?
So for a company that really gets video, what they're doing then is kind of what even to some extent what we do too is like those are all what you describe are all different channels that you're trying to get your video message out to. What we're providing to those, we're not a destination channel. So that's the first thing. So you've got Vimeo and YouTube where you want to watch content on their website. And for us, our website is informational. It's where we've got our knowledge base, but we're not trying to drive traffic to our website, and we want to drive traffic to our customers' websites. And that's by design. So that's the first difference there. The second difference, I think, is our model. A lot of those places are going to be advertising where they're advertising-based business models. So for YouTube or Vimeo or some of those others, they're going to, even now Instagram is going to be starting to run video ads. It's not our place to run our own ads there. We wanted to step out of that and not get in the middle because ideally, our customers are going to know their audiences better than we do, and so our customers are going to run their own ads, and we want to give them the control once they get to some level to be able to run their own advertising. Now, that may not apply to everybody, especially if you're a private business and you're not looking for advertising of any kind, but at least in that level, it speaks to the level of control we're trying to put into your hands. So it's all about control. It's control of your video content. You may want that to get out. And Periscope is great, but it also is, you've just recorded a video that, I don't know how to get video out of Periscope right now. It records it, but you can't get it back. So anytime you want somebody to watch it, you've got to go out to Periscope now, which I guess is a good trade-off in some cases, but it would be really great to have that library at your disposal so that you can actually go back later on and use it for something else too, besides just Periscope. But I see that's where we find ourselves in that continuum, is that there's definitely going to be companies that want you to go to their sites, and we want to operate a little bit behind the scenes there, where we're not trying to get the attention that way. All right, great, thank you.
To Derek and to Field59 for not only presenting but also providing the video.
Watch the live stream.
Watch the live stream. And to Wisconsin Technology Council for the coffee for the month of September. And thanks again to all of you for attending, and hope to see you next Wednesday.
Derek will be sticking around, so if you had additional questions.